Welcome back to Cover Your Assets. We've got Jason Walgrave, we've got Todd Rooker, Craig Nestor, CoverYourAssets21.com, online 24/7, CoverYourAssets21.com. Great explanation, guys, of what it is that we do here, who we are, and today we also have a special guest in studio.
We're going to be talking with Matt here in just a moment about financing, but some important points to recognize. There are special programs that this company has available that would enable a person to refinance their mortgage, possibly lock in a fixed rate. You may have a wonderful rate of 3.5%, but of course the volatility of interest rates going up, if it's an adjustable rate, is scary to say the least. So for a lot of these people, when you've got a program that will enable you to qualify with as much as a loan to value of 125%, that is a tremendous opportunity that exists today. Having said that, remember that values on properties are expected to decline farther. So if that opportunity exists, it's a fleeting opportunity that you need to take advantage of as quickly as you possibly can. Add to the fact that interest rates are expected to go up. You need to move quickly. And so what you're going to hear from Matt is how some of these special programs that they have available work, but also you need to recognize how to position yourself for financing in the future. If you go through a financial crisis, you need to know exactly what the underwriting guidelines are to position yourself to morph that model so you can qualify for financing in the future, because that's how you'll gauge your success in the future. In addition to that, if you're an investor and you want to take advantage of what might be the best opportunity of our lifetimes to build equity and to build net worth with real estate, you also need to recognize that the underwriting guidelines for investors have changed dramatically, and you want to get with a professional like Matt at Rubicon Mortgage who can tell you how to position yourself to take advantage of the market. So with that, I'll let Matt take it away.
Good morning, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
That was quite the intro.
Very nice.
Where do you go from that?
Be tough.
So tell us a little bit about Rubicon.
We're a boutique mortgage company, locally based here in Edina, a luxury service experience with experienced mortgage professionals.
What does that mean?
It basically means good
you
question.
Know what, let's talk about if Matt is nervous.
I know.
Yes.
Lighten it up a little bit.
Basically, what that means is we specialize in having experienced mortgage loan originators at Rubicon. We have 2 people in the organization out of 12 in the country that have the highest national designation for mortgage professionals. Along with that, we have 4 people that have the highest state designation. So we only have the best of the best at Rubicon.
And it's interesting over the last few years, Jason, you can absolutely attest to this. A lot of people that used to be in the business aren't in it anymore.
Oh, it's wild. I think mortgage professionals, 60 or 65% are no longer in the business. So to be able to not only survive but thrive in this type of real estate market is impressive, and you guys do an excellent job.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, the mortgage companies that are still in it, you know, there are some great companies out there. But what kind of makes us unique in the fact that our business model is partnerships. We work with national real estate companies and credit unions. We're a luxury service experience, like I talked about. We want people to know that you don't have to pay more for luxury.
So where are all of your offices?
We have 5 offices. We have 4 in Minnesota and 1 in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Sweet. So, you know, Jason, bring yourself into this conversation because you have the ability to work with mortgage companies absolutely every day. You know, kind of bring Rubicon into the mix and what it looks like from your perspective.
Rubicon is, when Matt talks about the experience, some of the bigger banks out there that we all know, the ones that are on every corner of every street, the mortgage process is extremely timely. It takes, I was talking to Heidi, who you work with yesterday, Matt. We were talking about one of the bigger banks taking 9 months to do a refinance. In just the, I don't know if it's the sheer volume or mainly I believe it's because those banks look at individuals as a number. You're not really a person, but you're a number bringing in the money, and you guys take care of each individual client that comes in the door. You look at what their goals are, what their individual situation is, and they're not a number. They're your clients.
Exactly right. We've aligned ourselves, with the best, investors in the market right now. So underwriting's quick. Turn times are quick. We can get a refinance up and down traditionally in about 30 days. If someone wants to purchase a home, generally, if you're looking to purchase a home now, you're going to close sometime in August. We can get that taken care of for you. I always like to have things done ahead of time just to make sure that the experience is number one for the client.
Absolutely. I do have a question for you. So if I call you at Rubicon, I'm not going to get a phone tree that says, okay, if you want this, press 1, and I'm going to be redirected 19 times?
Nope. I mean, we like I said,
humans?
Humans, exactly.
Awesome.
That's why locally based. I mean, we love the fact that we have, like I said, a very experienced staff. we're up. I'm in Edina myself personally. We have, like I said, a number of different offices. But when you call us, you're going to get someone to talk to. We're going to get back to you in a timely fashion. And that's one of the reasons that we've kind of branded ourselves with this luxury experience.
You guys have programs that not everyone has out there. So when we're talking about opportunity in today's market, you know, whether it's a first-time home buyer, move-up buyer, or the investor to be able to go in and purchase a property, maybe it needs, you know, $40,000-$50,000 worth of rehab work they may not have, or they may not want to use their cash to take advantage of this opportunity. You have mortgage programs in place where allow you to buy the property, roll in the cost to do the renovation, and bring a down payment that isn't nearly as significant as, you know, bringing the cash to do the rehab.
Correct. There are a number of programs out there that will allow you, an investor, to come in and purchase a home. And so basically what you can do is there's also the ability to have more than 4 to 5 properties, which is kind of a unique deal in the marketplace, where generally, you have to have 4 to 5 properties is the max. We have programs you can buy up to 10 properties and finance them. And so
the other thing is these volatile mortgages, which we alluded to earlier, the interest onlys, the pay option arms, the adjustable rates. These are loans that while at this moment people may take consolation in the fact that they have very low interest rates, have tremendous volatility attached to them, given that interest rates are expected to go up. So in today's world, are there programs that you guys have available that would allow a person to refinance their home, even though they may believe that the home's equity is actually upside down?
Absolutely, there are options. There are programs for clients who believe that who probably are in a negative to a little to no equity position. If you think you have a little equity to no equity in your home, these programs will allow you to get a great new loan with a great rate. So basically, what these programs do, they go up to 125% of the loan to value, and you have to have a loan that you closed. Your current loan needs to be closed prior to June 1st of 2009.
You know, Todd, you were talking about this, a little bit before about adjustable rates, and there are a lot of families, a lot of folks out there that are sitting at a 3.5% adjustable rate. They're comfortable. They got a payment probably lower than they ever had on that mortgage. But the reality is, everyone believes, including everyone in this room, that interest rates are going to go up. They haven't been this low for this long, really ever, and they're only going to go up. And so, why not lock into that security of a 30-year mortgage?
Well, and also let me take it a step further and tell you how volatile these mortgages are. I had a client with $1 million first mortgage and a $250,000 second mortgage. He was at the time at a 3.5% rate, and he said, but I really don't need to worry about that because it can adjust, but it can only adjust 1% per year. Well, first point you need to recognize is that 1% is 1% of the principal balance, which is $1 million on his first. So that means every percentage point of interest that goes up is $10,000 per year divided by 12. So that's a whole lot of money in one chunk. However, here's the problem. He didn't look at his mortgage documents properly, because what he didn't recognize is that his 5-year arm that was coming up for adjustment had a clause in there that said it can only adjust 1% per year, but upon the adjustment period, not to be less than 7.85%.
Wow.
His rate went from 3.5 to 7.85. My goodness gracious, we're talking about over 4 points, and each point representing, we're talking almost $50,000 a year divided by 12. His payment went up so much, it was over before it even started. He knew there was no way he could make that payment, and the next month he defaulted. This is a guy who made great money, thought he was in a good position, and then it all went sideways. So these adjustable rate mortgages, you better understand what you're dealing with.
You better take a close look at what your mortgage says. And the reality is when people purchase homes or they do refinances, they're trusting in the mortgage broker. They're trusting in the real estate agent or the professional that they've hired. You need to take a closer look. Families and people need to be responsible. Take a closer look of what they're tied to and explore their options. Get locked into that new 30-year low rate and have some stability.
We talked about families that are caught in a storm. These are people that are going through some stuff. And there's also families that are current on their payments, but they know they're upside down and they're trapped. They've got a loan modification at 2% on one side of them. You have a foreclosure on the other side of them. They're carrying the weight for all of us. They're upside down, and they can't take advantage of some of the best interest rates that we've seen in the last 50 years. So this is a group of citizens that we really need to lighten their load. And Rubicon Mortgage has some answers to that. Matt, why don't you give us a little bit how you can help someone that's underwater with their mortgage?
I mean, really, it's all just about looking at the scenario. I recommend anyone who thinks to take a look at their situation. Call me at 952-921-3337. Basically,
Give
what
me
I
that
do,
number again.
It's 952-921-3337. Basically, what I do is I'll take a look at your situation, see if you qualify for any of these great programs. If you do qualify, we'll run through the numbers, look and see how much we can save you on your payment, see if it makes sense with the closing costs. That's really what I do. Take everything into account to see if we can make it work for you.
Elaborate on what you mean when you say make sure it works with the closing costs, because that seems like a great idea. But if you're not going to stay in the house that long, what happens?
Correct. That's a good point. There's a break-even point along the line.
Right.
And so basically what happens is if you're going to save yourself $200 a month and you're only going to be there for 6 months, it doesn't make sense. If it's going to cost you $5,000 to do it. So there is a break-even point. We have to look at that, see if it makes sense, and just giving me a call and we can take a look at the scenarios and see if it makes sense for you.
And that's what's really important, don't you think, Todd?
Absolutely. I mean, you have to position yourself to do this. The problem with the mortgage business is that consumers do not understand how to make themselves look good for financing. Yes, as Craig said, we got the best interest rates we've seen, most of us, in our lifetime. But if you can't take advantage of them and you can't meet the underwriting guidelines, frankly, who cares? So you don't go into a mortgage broker and lay it on the table. You position yourself to look that way so when you go to finance, you're ready.
And then when you get there, hopefully you have a professional that's not going to just try to sell you a loan. They're going to look at your best interest, which Rubicon Mortgage, Matt Grant, thank you very much for your time today. This is Cover Your Assets, 855-835-8500. That's 855-835-8500. Jason Walgrave, Craig Nestor, Todd Rooker. We'll be right back.
Where you want me to. God, I trust you. There's a raging sea right in front of me.
WWTC Minneapolis St. Paul.
A service of Salem Communications.
Life presents many legal matters. Who will you turn to if you need representation? Daniels & Wymore PLLC is a full-service law firm equipped to represent businesses and individuals. They counsel you through virtually any legal matter. Whether you're starting a business and you need to draft the necessary documents, you need litigation representation, estate planning, or even help defending your home from foreclosure. It doesn't matter whether you're a wealthy entrepreneur, a startup business, or an average individual looking for excellent legal counsel. You'll get the best possible representation at Daniels & Wymore. There's a lot at stake when it comes to legal matters, and you can count on our attorneys to bring their A-games every time. Call 763-201-1215. That's 763-201-1215. Or meet them online at dnwlawfirm.com. Daniels & Wymore, PLLC, providing ethical, tenacious, and cost-effective representation in the areas of business transactions, litigation, and estate planning. dnwlawfirm.com. Who would you rather trust with a huge financial decision? A company trying to stir up interest, or a company who helps you discover what's in your best interest? You won't find outrageous claims or dancing banner ads at Rubicon Mortgage Advisors. Only seasoned professionals with over 40 years of mortgage and management experience. They'll help you make the best choices for your complete financial picture, now and in the future. Rubicon Mortgage Advisors is in business for the long run, a mission they live and breathe every day. Buying a home, refinancing, or investing in real estate is a big move. So they listen and guide people with honesty and unequaled personal service. Contact Matt Grant at Rubicon Mortgage Advisors for more information or to apply. Learn more about their locally based luxury service experience at RubiconMortgageAdvisors.com. That's RubiconMortgageAdvisors.com. Equal Opportunity Lender, NMLS number 275483.
Is it possible to buy real estate in your IRA or 401k? Absolutely. Hi, I'm Todd Grill, president of Entrust Midwest. We are the leading third-party administrator for self-directed IRAs and 401ks in the upper Midwest. We provide the record-keeping, administration, and government reporting to